Okay, there we go. All right. So we're just gonna go over the basic rules. So this is the Dress to Impress Vanilla Challenge. This is a personal challenge for teams of any size where you'll be attempting to dress as many salads as possible for 15 days within the 1 hour time slot. Everyone's attempting the same challenge. If you successfully complete the challenge, you get a Discord role reward, the Dress to Impress role reward, which you get to keep till the next challenge. And everyone who successfully completes a challenge event during 2025 gets the 2025 event challenger role to keep. Main objective is, of course, always to have fun. That secondary objective, to successfully franchise by completing day 15 to get the role rewards. We have everyone here 15 minutes early. Thank you for your promptness. Everyone has one team member streaming the gameplay to the Discord here. We got Mass Bear with a restream. No issues there. No garage items, no cheats or hacks or any kind of unauthorized software. This is a vanilla challenge. If you are streaming yourself, you can use built-in tools like LiveSplit or Chef. That's fine. If you are using Chef, make sure you have it on for visits only because you don't want chat messing with your run. We do ask if you finish your run before the other teams that you just stick around as a courtesy to watch them finish their run, or by continuing to play your run. That's perfectly fine as well. But we just ask that you stick around until everyone's finished or the end of the time slot. If a player disconnects, if your game closes, if anything weird happens, just get it back up and running, get that player reconnected as soon as you can. No extra time will be added to the time slot, so if you want to keep going, if you're down a player, that's perfectly fine, and they can just reconnect at their leisure. Everyone's playing on the same seed with the same predetermined menu. You can practice mode as much as you want, same or return to HQ, anything like that that's normal game mechanic is fine. And because this is a vanilla challenge, you can participate from any platform as long as you have a way to stream that gameplay to Discord. Any questions about any of the basic rules? Cat doesn't even have the game installed. Cat, what are you doing? It's fine. The purple pirate princess outfit, beautiful. The evil queen from Disney, definitely. No, you're fine, Cat. I'm just teasing you. Alright, perfect. So, for this challenge specifically, if you open the chat at the chat attached to the VC, I will be reposting the specifics of the challenge right now for you guys. If anyone needs to write down or take notes so you know what you're doing, this is what we are doing today. So you're choosing salad as your base main. We're going to be using a normal map type, so that's going to be either city, country, or alpine. You got your seed there. We'll double check settings for everybody in a second. And then the specifics for this challenge is that your first card, your day 3 card that you're going to take is going to be medium groups. And after that, we're going to take all left cards, left theme card, and all of the food cards on the left for the rest of the run. So if anyone has any questions about that, let me know. Let me see. We got Dixie there. Drop letters inside. Seed effects everything. You are good. Mass Fairy, do you want to pull up your game options for me real quick, and we'll check yours? Inside. Seed effects everything. You're good too. Perfect. So you guys are both all set. You can load into the run whenever you want. Just hang out outside your restaurant until everybody's ready. Cat. No, that makes sense, actually. Should be done soon, though. I know, some of our teams are still working on stuff, too, so that's fine. We're ahead of schedule today. We're doing good. Alright, let me pull up my Steam here so I can get Diz into a Steam call. To start.
Hello?
I was trying to mute on Discord so you wouldn't hear me twice, but hold on. My Steam Deck isn't working. Oh no, it did mute me. Oh, you cannot hear me again.
We can't hear Monica either.
What the heck? Hello? Can you hear me now?
It says it's waiting on me to join.
Hello? Do you hear me now?
Hello?
Hi. Is it working? Why is it weird sometimes? Can you hear me now? Weird. Okay. Oh. Hello?
Hello, I hear you.
Oh,
I hear you now.
perfect. Great. Wonderful. All right, that's all set. Let me mute myself on here while we're finishing getting set up.
Seem to be.
All right, perfect. That's all set.
There's Monica again.
Yeah, I was trying to get the voice call with Diz set up. Okay, let me pull up Raven's stream again here. All right, Raven, did you check your settings? Speed effects, everything, and drop letters inside? Perfect. Okay, you are good to go. Pat says, there's a chance I randomly disconnect. Wi-Fi's not liking me today. That's perfectly fine. When you start up your Discord stream, make sure you have it in 720p, so it's lowest quality, so we have the best chance of keeping you around here. I'll pull up Fenrir's stream too for alert here. Boop, boop, boop. Raven, you streaming today too, or just Fenrir?
Just Fenrir today. I have a storming coming from both sides of me, so I really don't want to
Oh
risk
yeah,
it
you told me.
in the
No
middle of
worries.
the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, perfect. I got that. Turn on my closed captions, I forgot about those. Okay. Oh my gosh, I cannot type today. Here we go. Okay, that's good, that's good. Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. Kat, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. Alright, I think that's everything there. Okay, perfect. Get the timer up on my phone. Down the sound so it doesn't scare me if it goes off. Okay. Let me pull up Cat. Beautiful timing. Alright, close this. Cat, drop letters inside, seed affects everything. You're good. Oh. Alright, Cat, whenever you got the rest of it set up, you can go ahead and... Oh, you gotta clear a save slot, though. The first one to go. There you go. Alright, perfect. Grab salad. Perfect. Alright, so as Cat loads in there, anyone who's playing on Steam, if you could rename your restaurant to your team name, that helps us make sure we're calling you by the right name. I know those of you on console, if anyone's on console, won't be able to do that. That's fine. Just a quick reminder once again, the first card you're going to choose on day 3 is going to be medium groups. After that, you can choose just the left cards. So it's going to be the left theme card and all of the left food cards after that. Any questions before we get started? All right, perfect. I'm going to give you guys like a 30-minute halfway like kind of reminder. And then I'll try to let you know when we get down if there's like 10 or 15 minutes left, just so you know how much time you have. The time limit is the hard part of this challenge, I think. But also it's pretty forgiving. We had one person finish in like less than 45 minutes earlier, so you definitely have a little bit of extra time, so don't stress too much about it. That's pretty much that. Alright, so this is Dress to Impress. Time slot 2, getting started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go! Good luck, teams! Alright, they're off.
Yeah.
Pull up this here so I can see chat.
There's some interesting lighting going on at Cockroach.
Yeah, there definitely is. I believe that is when the game is, sorry, I'm just looking at stuff. I believe that is when the game is on the lowest quality setting. It does that.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, goodness.
Got a team of 3 in here.
We do have our first team of 3 for the day. Raven and Fenrir and Dropkick are usually a trio. They've done speedrun.com challenges together, and they do these challenges together. Usually always see Raven cooking, and Fenrir is kind of the master of what goes on outside of the kitchen, and then Dropkick just does whatever needs to be done.
Okay.
That's kind of their usual setup. We've got...
I really like the table setup over
Yes.
at Cockroach.
Me too. We've got a cat, aka Suggestion. They're pretty familiar. They've done quite a few of our events. And then we have Mass Bear, who's Blue Jack, down there on the stream, who has come back to PlateUp after a hiatus. So they were trying to get in a little bit of practice earlier today. And then Dixie, from Live Leaf Love up there, has been participating in the last few challenges, however, is still relatively new to the game compared to some of our players. And I've been enjoying watching their progress. They get faster and better every single time, so it's fun to see. And I think it's funny, all 4 teams, I guess, if you count the trio, have taken the approach to set up over with the hatches. The proper way the map is meant to be played, unlike Sonoy, who just, squeezes himself near the door on every map he plays. They're seeing an early table pickup there. What is their team name? All Dressed Fun. That makes sense. Hello, my cat. I put you on the floor, okay? Dixie also using the low quality shadows over there, I see. Emotional Cabbage. That's good. That's a good name right there too. I think that's one of the default ones, isn't it? Pretty sure.
It is.
What is their team name, Mass Bear? I forget. Let me look. Let me see. They are the Masker Chef. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Live, Leaf, Love is very cute. The all-dressed buns. They're always some form of the buns, so that makes sense. And then Cat is Team Cockroach. You know, each their own. Cockroach in the kitchen, not normally a good thing, but today, apparently it is. I also find it interesting that Cat is choosing to go out the door to serve.
I think that's so great. It gets them an extra table for the moment.
It does. Crystal says roach? Why? I don't. You have to ask Cat. I don't know. I don't ask these types of questions, Crystal. I just go with the flow. As long as it's not against the Discord rules, I'm in. See them switching over to the new table strat. If I were them, I'd be picking up one more table today, and that coffee table.
Yeah, it's medium groups. You need as much help as you can get.
Yeah, and that coffee table, you just throw it off to the side. It's a 4-seater. Nah, they're skipping on it, alright? Orca says it's just a single roach, though, not a whole family. Well, starts with one roach, Orca. Then the other roaches, they come. At least that's what I've been told. I've never had roaches, but that would be my assumption. So maybe we'll see Cat with friends in the future. Then there'll be the multiple cockroaches.
I like the what they've done at All Dressed Buns. Where they've just shoved the tables against the wall.
Yeah.
You have a lot more mess to deal with.
But when you have two
that
servers.
one wide.
Yep. Yeah, when you have the two servers moving past each other, I agree.
Yeah.
I know, when you have the customers, it gives you kind of like a 1.5 wide space.
Yeah.
You can push those customers around a little easier. I am curious to see, because this is our first trio of the day, when they get some of the other food cards, if they're gonna put 2 people back in the kitchen. Because that's what I would do, personally. We're now having a conversation about the types of roach relationships, and this has really gone further than I meant for it to, but here we are. Mass Bear has switched to a very interesting layout here. They could fit all their groups in, which is cool. Oh, and they have everything to serve that table. Alright.
Remember to pop your table.
Dixie might be in a slight pickle there. Oh, they got it. Alright. I was like, there might be a slight pickle. It just depends, if it can still get out. They could run around, but it would be annoying to do. Cat says my team name got us into a conversation about roaches. Yep. Well, that's probably exactly why you named it what you named it. Just for the fun of it.
Pop your table.
Oh my gosh, that's great, Orca. I didn't even know that. You know, that's where I'd just stick a counter out there, call it a day. What do they got? What's that back there? I can't tell. Breadsticks? Breadsticks. Picking up breadsticks. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Interesting choice. Not one we see very often, but nothing wrong with it.
Oh. Dixie's got that one weird mess spot going on there. That live, leaf, love. It's so inconvenient.
Emotional Cabbage seems to be having a little bit of a run.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna switch it up. I wonder how they felt about today. It's like, it's working. It could just be way more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
I think they really just wanted to fit in more tables, but you really, as a solo especially, you really don't need more than 2 tables to get through this because you'll just serve them faster.
Yeah.
And get them in and out. You'll have plenty of place for that other table. Do you accept point redeems while shoutcasting? Not my, like, funny ones, no. I would refund some of those, but if you wanted to do, like, what's Pinot Grigio? It's a wine. National Pinot Grigio Day, apparently. National Learn to Swim Day and World Whiskey Day. Whiskey and Pinot Grigio on the same day? Wow.
And swimming.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's an interesting combo there.
Fun
huh?
afternoon.
Yeah. The Mass Bear just threw out a table. Not personally what I would do, but this makes sense if they're rusty. They're probably not sure what the best strat to do is here, and they're just working with what they can. And hey, that's the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recommend that combo either. Don't drink and swim, friends. You see Dixie there with a little bit of struggle too, not realizing that they could reach the table on the diagonal out the hatch there.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it though. Trying to figure it out. You could see the gears, the cogs are spinning, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Master is still going for that long walk around, just cut out a table. Interesting. Does not surprise me at all that the all-dress buns are ahead a little bit. They are our most practiced trio here today. They've done a lot of events as a trio. Cat, not far behind though for a solo.
They were in the lead for a while there.
Yes. I feel like the trios, which we talked about this a little bit earlier, the trios and the duos tend to make up the time in the later half of the game.
Yeah.
I'm still very interested by the fact that they only have the one chef, though. They're hard committing to that. Ooh, I think they're missing nuts on that apple salad. Are they gonna notice? Oh, we gotta save a return. I was hoping we would. Alright. I was getting nervous.
The door was a little oof.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting a statue.
Kind of surprised that they didn't separate out some tables with that day being rough, but that's alright. We'll see what happens from here. Got the exclusive card coming out for Dixie. Gonna see that. Probably not making too much of a difference because most people can't afford the tier 2.
One quick save and return, it's fine.
Those happen. Those definitely happen. And we're only like 15 minutes in. We're fine. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And the time that you save doing a save and return and restarting the day versus trying to like restart the whole run if you fail out is just astronomical. So you're definitely better off saving it if you can. I know some people don't like to save scum, but whatever works for you. Whatever difficulty level you want to play the game at. Dixie is running into trouble with that one table being just a 3-seater. Could really use another 4-top.
Yeah.
And with the rain today, oh man. Maybe we'll help her out if she does another save and return today. Give her a little advice on those tables.
Yeah, because that table, that little Tetris shape she has going on, the lower one doesn't actually add a seat.
Right, it's just super unnecessary, yeah. I hear ya. We see it because we know we've done it a bunch, but like we said, for, you know, newer players who don't do challenges like this very often, it's harder to notice those types of things in the moment.
Indeed.
We do see our friends down at All Dress Funds. They're making it through the day, so that's good. Let me help Dixie out here. Dixie, I'm gonna help you out just a little bit. If you take your left table, if you take the furthest right one, nope, to the other side. Yep, that one right there. And you move it, like just get it out of there. You can move your 3-top over to the left one. And then, yep, and then extend it out lengthwise like you have the other one, and you should be able to fit 4 people. So if you take you're close. If you take the furthest right table right now, all the way over to the right, and move that down below, or the one you're holding, you could put that where the chair is, except for one to the left. Yep, there you go. And then get rid of that table on the right-hand side that's blocking a chair. Yep, there you go. Now you got 2 4-tops. Alright, that was a little confusing to explain, but we got there. Alright, let's see how today goes for Dixie. I have good hopes. Good hopes. Explaining something with a small delay is hard. Yes. But I think it's more so just trying to explain positioning without being able to like point and be like that one right there, you know? Asperger just throws that bin all the way in the corner. We don't need that baby bin. We're not making mistakes today. We got a 3-apple salad order over at All Dressed Buns, but they're making it work. The picking up of the olive oil to chop your egg with the olive oil in your hands is interesting. I'm a fan of that.
It's helpful if you have the space to chop like 3 eggs at once.
Yeah. See a little save and return there from Kat. I'm pretty sure that was just because they didn't get the research item they wanted. So they're just doing a little save scum for that.
We love it.
Yeah, we love that. We're seeing a lot more success from Dixie today. She got everybody seated. She's feeling good. Oh, you forgot to put the research desk in the right spot twice. Good job. Good job, Kat. There we go. Now you did it. One more table for Dixie. They've got this, I believe.
I do like Dixie's setup quite a bit. It's very streamlined. Not Dixie. Sorry. Plague Doc.
Yes. That would be Cat. Cat suggestion. Cockroach. Yes. They have many names.
It reminds me of early day Turbo. Where it was just rat tunnels everywhere.
Mass Bear left their eggs out in the dining room. hopefully that's fine. It'd be funny. Oh, I think they're just noticing. They just noticed. They're like, wait a minute, what's this recipe?
Wait, what's the egg for?
We got a little restart from our trio there. That's to be expected. They're still only working with 2 tables, I think.
They do have a grabber that they're not doing anything with. I would have maybe pulled lettuce.
Yeah, would have done something with it. Even pulling the eggs for your olive oil trick. I don't know. Something. Dixie also learning how to make apple salad up there. This is great. I love people discovering new recipes. There we go. Just need some nuts on there, and Mass Bear has it figured out. No one even ordered one. That seems about right for PlateUp. We've got Fenrir and Dropkick fighting over the sink down there.
Yeah, it's rough when it's in the corner.
Yeah, it's funny.
Honestly, what I would have done if I were them is I would have swapped where the sink and the plates are. Yeah, that one table's a little messier, but
yeah, but whatever.
Your chef can reach the
plates, and you're not cramming to get into the same spot for the sink. Yeah. And the mess would be more obnoxious if they didn't already have that rug, but they already have a rug there too, so that helps. And knowing they could get more rugs day 10.
Need a plate.
They had that. They're good. We got the triple apple salad down with Mask Bear. But they've got that mastered except the nuts. They have forgotten the nuts. They don't know that nuts are part of the recipe. There we go. Oh, they're trying to chop them. Okay, alright, we're good. They figured it out. No chopped nuts. Beautiful. How's Dixie doing up there with the apple salad? Also just double checking the recipe, I think. Doing a little save return. That's fine. We got plenty of time for those.
That's fine. If you just learn it, apple salad's a tough one.
It is. It's a tough recipe for sure.
And it looks like Kat has raced ahead to potato salad.
Dixie needed to pop that table there too. Okay. We got that sorted.
Oh. The buns are setting up their lettuce. They were just waiting on a
mixer. I see.
I see. It does make the grabber that much better, but I would
Does.
have made use of it during those days.
Sometimes, like, it's just faster to do it yourself, but when you have so many things to do and only the one cook back there, they definitely could have made use of it sooner, but it's fine. As long as they're making use of it now, that's all that matters. My mother was texting me. She accidentally deleted 2 items from her Amazon shopping cart and she wanted me to help get them back in her shopping cart. And I was like, I'm a little busy, but you know, we'll see what we can do later. And then she messages me back like 5 minutes later and she goes, never mind, I Googled it. I just need to find them and add them to my cart again. And I was like, wow, I'm so proud of you for figuring that out on your own, Mom.
Computer literacy.
Yeah, right? She tries her best. She really does good. But yeah, the shopping stuff, my parents never shopped online until like later in life. Like they were afraid of putting in their credit card information online or whatever.
Right.
Which is fair, you know, most of us young people like to use PayPal and things like that anyways, so we don't have to put in our information on every website, but
I didn't get a credit card until like 3 months after I started university.
yeah, or I mean debit card
was...
either, but you know, yeah.
That was only so I could start buying theater tickets for my drama program.
Oh, okay.
And now I put everything on my credit card. I don't use it like a credit card. I use it like a charge card.
Yeah.
Don't spend more of the money than you have available, folks.
Don't do it, kids. It's not worth it. They've come up with a new system for the dishes there a little bit, I think. They take turns a little better now.
Yeah, that's good.
Loving the teamwork.
Ooh, a tray stand.
You like a tray stand?
Oh, almost chopped those nuts again.
Yeah, that's alright. Figuring it out slowly but surely. Not the most efficient tray standing, but sometimes all you need is practice, so...
Yeah.
Events like this are a good time to practice using tray stand, and it's great for clearing the dishes, for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I think at this point it should just be used as a counter for your soaking dishes.
Yeah, probably, but using it at all is helpful.
Yes. And the soaking sink is helpful. You just need to be on top of it. You need to constantly be cycling it.
Got some mix up with apples and tomatoes, but that's alright. I got it straightened out. We're gonna see save a return there from Cat. Cat, that's scary. Cat, yeah, thank you. Alright. Cat trying to give me a heart attack over here. Alright, we are not quite, but almost at that halfway mark. I'd love to see both Dixie and Mass Bear here finish their day 8 before the halfway. That'd be awesome. I think Mask will. I think Dixie's in. Crystal says, I can't tell who's more stressed, Monica or the challengers. Hopefully them, but honestly, sometimes watching is more stressful because you can see, like, little mistakes and stuff. That's why I always tell people not to worry too much about the shoutcasting, because we see things that you just don't see while you're in the middle of it, right? But, like, you could see it, but you can't do anything about it when you're shoutcasting. Whereas, like, if I'm in the game with someone and I notice something, I can go, like, try to save it or whatever, right? But like
Yeah.
sometimes it's more stressful knowing that you, no matter what you do, like you can't help that just what happens happens, you know?
Oh my gosh. Are they still on 4 plates?
Who?
Blue Jack?
No.
Bottom.
Right? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Alright, I gotta give them the
They're on 4
halfway.
plates.
Give them the halfway mark. Alright, teams, just popping in real quick to let you guys know we just passed the halfway mark. So we got about 30 minutes left. You guys are doing fantastic. Keep up the good work. Alright. We are ready for the final half.
Going for a frozen prep, which feels like a good idea, except all the individual components of salad don't take that long.
I would have personally,
It's
in
putting
that
it together.
situation, I would have bought the regular prep and saved the grabber.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. 3 apple salads. They are still working with a baby plate stack. It is. Picked up on that. I did not.
Oh, that oil is forever away from the eggs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Some tray stand confusion there, but that's alright. Like I said,
they need to go to drops tray school.
Yeah, right? This is a good time to practice using your tray stand, though, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Trial by fire.
Yep. And sometimes a little bit of pressure is a good thing when it comes to figuring out how to do something like that, right? Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, they really should just put the oil down south there, huh?
Yeah, just put it across from the nuts.
Alright, Dixie's making good progress there. I'm loving the mixers that I'm seeing at Live Leaf Love. Cat doing a little rearrange of the research room. I do like the clipboard pickup. Sometimes the clipboard isn't worth it when you're doing one of these 15-day challenges, but it is one of my favorite items.
Yeah. Clipboard is really only useful when you get like 3 or more cabs. Or
yeah.
3 cabs with a lot of desks.
Yeah, it's better in heavy research runs, but it's fun. It's the same way
So
that I like hosting stands. Like, some people absolutely don't see the point of hosting stands, and I love them and use them regularly. I'm still surprised. Yeah, 1 hob. I'm still surprised that the all-dressed buns there are still only working with 2 tables. I really thought they would have gone up to 3 by now, but they're just rolling with it.
Well, they're struggling. They're definitely struggling.
Yeah, what are they missing? Mayo. Here they go. I mean, they're definitely fine for today. They're gonna make it through today, but they would be a lot less stressed if they had either 1 more table or a coffee table hanging out near the door there.
Well, they had to restart today a couple times.
Yeah,
today they got through, but it was like their 2nd or 3rd attempt.
That tends to be the tough part, though, is days 10 and 11.
So you
and
get
then
your next reduction.
when you get your your customer reduction, day 12 is usually when you see it get a little easier. I muted myself and then forgot that I muted myself and unmuted myself to sneeze, and then realized as I was sneezing and muted again. Gotta love it. Got a double potato salad. Cash is getting hit hard with the potato salad today. Mass Bear is really just going for the slow but steady route, and that is a tactic that works. A lot of people have seen a lot of success with slow but steady. Sometimes the people who try to go too fast are the ones who end up just failing out because they didn't see, a mistake that they made or something. We're gonna see him wash a dish. Nope. Gonna be patient. That's fine. I love that. Oh, the axe. Oh, wait. I thought it was an accidental tomato. It was a purposeful tomato. We're good. Alright, we got Dixie through to another day, picking up that potato salad. Also checking that recipe. That's okay. It's not too bad. It's very, like, some people look at potato salad for the first time, they're like, oh, that looks really hard. But, like, once you've done, like, lasagna, potato salad is nothing. So... Oh gosh, so there we go. Mass Bear also picking up that potato salad. They look very confused. They've just gone full stop. It's a load of components that you need to throw on the same plate. Yep, exactly. The most confusing part for potato salad is that you put the chopped potato in the water to boil instead of a whole potato like you do with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
But once you figure that out, the rest is just, you throw mayonnaise and chopped onion on a plate. That is true. It is a different type of salad. The setup that Massberry has right now is kind of what I would do if I were not picking up extra tables.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that layout. Like, you gotta go in and out the door, which is the downside to not having the extra tables, but besides that, everything's real nice and close. If you have a setup where you automated putting lettuce on a plate, the potato's a nasty surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. You can still use your lettuce on a plate for all the other salads. Which is gonna be most of them, like... There are a lot of potato salads, but I still feel like most of the salads are lettuce salads. Depends on the day. And also, if you're lucky enough to get even just one, display stand, that cuts down on your amount of potato salad, like,
Yeah, immensely.
crazy.
I'm a big display stand fan.
Me too, especially on a run like this. Yep. Anytime you're doing a heavy food card run like this, it's like... It doesn't fix all of your problems, because it's like, you could have literally, like, 20 display stands, and there's still going to be that one person who orders potato salad. But, still making majorly other thing, which is the goal. That's why, like, for me personally, three display stands is usually a good number. Sometimes 4 or 5 if you have a lot of room and people to help you fill them. But like I said, in a run like this, where you're just racing against the clock but making a bunch of different stuff, just one helped. Just a plain lettuce on it. Alright, we got some potato salads being cooked up. Mass Bear. And
moving on to toppings.
Perfect. I would say we're gonna see Cat here, finishing up their day 12. They're gonna be moving on to their next card here pretty soon. And then we'll have 2 teams with the full card set just going for that final stretch from the day 13 to the day 15. I like Cat's layout that they got going on now, where they have those kind of like setting counters over to the side there. I'm liking that.
Yeah. You kind of need something like you need a staging area. when
Yep,
you have
yep,
meeting
yep.
groups.
Very helpful. Alright, how's Dixie doing over there? He's got what I assume is their last group, unless one other one sneaks in here for day 10. I accidentally picked up a tomato instead of a tomato salad. That happened. And there's Cat's salad toppings. Final card. Just gotta figure out where to put them. Got that one more mixer drop there. Cat hasn't picked up a mixer at all. They've been going all manual, workstations, knife, which is the fastest. The fastest. Doing anything manually will always be faster than the automation. The automation is always a little bit slower than doing it manually. However, benefit to automation is that, you know, it keeps moving things forward. Yep. But, you know, I'm also a fan of playing the game more like Cooking Mama than Satisfactory, so I appreciate it. I appreciate the play style. Alright. Massbear is doing good with the way that they have those tables lined up out there. They never really have to worry about the amount of customers that they're fitting in, and then having that tray quickly serve is really nice.
Yeah.
All dress buns still just working with the 2 tables and making that work. 2 tables, 1 chef, 1 conveyor mixer for lettuce. Gotta pass that apple salad forward. There they go. It seems to be kind of like a 50-50, actually, the more I've been watching. It's like 50% potato salad, 50% lettuce salads, including the apple. Alright, Cat's getting that table seated. They just gotta clear a bunch of plates and they will be good to rock and roll. Oh, Cat has a whole extra... They kept their baby plate stack. I didn't notice that. That's good. Ditching a few plates back in the corner. I don't blame you for that one. Dixie has what's probably their final table for day 11 walking in. That lettuce prep is really nice. Imagine if they had gotten a grabber and a conveying mixer. They could just be conveying right into that prep. That would be so nice. That's the dream right there. What do they have, a wash basin? Yeah, Dixie has a wash basin.
That appears to be like the only bit of research they did today.
Yep.
This run.
We are kind of approaching the 15-minute mark. It's closer to 16. So we're gonna see probably our trio there and Cat finish just past like the 45-minute, probably like closer to 50-minute mark. A little worried about our solos there. Well, our other 2 solos. Cat's a solo too. I'm a little bit worried about Dixie and Massbear, but I have high hopes. Because with this customer reduction, they're really only serving like 2 tables a day. times 3. Oh, Master has an issue there with the globe blocking a seat. They realized that.
No, I don't think they know.
We'll see how today goes for them, and if they don't notice for tomorrow, we'll try to let them know. Dixie's still making that progress. That's good to see. They have an
Buns have picked
option.
up a coffee table.
Oh, we love a coffee table. Oh, that's exactly what they needed at this point.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we see Dixie. They're got a conveyor, but they're rolling it. They don't want that conveyor. Oh, the coffee table. Oh, yes. Dixie also grabbing a coffee table. That is good to see. It just gives you a little bit of leeway. Perfect. But yeah, that's awesome. To just not have to stress if you have the one group waiting outside, you know? Like, just having them wait inside at a coffee table, nice and leisurely out of the rain. That's what we like to see. Right, did you have a two-seater there? And then I think Master should be good to get that table in. That's awesome. They might have one more group coming today. But either way, that two-top should be easy for them to get out. They keep mixing up the tomatoes and the apples. That is rough. I understand that color-wise, they look exactly the same. It's just a different shape and quantity. Alright. They have potatoes. No, they're working on potatoes. I think they got this, though. I think they can get that table seated. A long way for them to go with those potatoes over there, though. Whew. Struggle with the order of plating, I've noticed. The tray. But it'll help them here with clearing those plates quickly. There. Oh, like, but that's their 3-top. I gotta tell them about that.
You might also want to give the 15-minute warning.
Master, you have that globe blocking the one seat at the table. Make sure you move that. For everyone, we have about 11.5 minutes left on the clock. You guys are doing great. The messages here, what's this? Oh. I just saw Mass Bear's message in the chat. They said their kitchen is an abomination. That's funny. Alright, we've got Cat from Team Cockroach, and Fenrir Raven and Dropkick from the All Dressed Buns, both in their final stretch, last day 15. Hopefully, final day, as long as they can do it in one attempt here. Cat's the only one who might struggle, because they have no coffee table, and it's raining. But, I believe. Raven, Fenrir, Dropkick, they have the coffee table, so even though it's raining, they should be fine. As long as they don't have any sort of weird, you know, forgot the mayo on the potato salad mistakes that they don't notice, they should be good. Alright, Dixie making her way through. She just needs to skip through these preparation days really quickly and she'll be fine. Once she gets these salad toppings set up, gotta keep on moving. And yeah, you already have the onions, so worries. Okay. Perfect. Got that straightened out. Oh gosh, that plant is so in the way.
She moved the tables instead of moving the globe.
I see. If that plant was even just on the other side, so it was inconvenient for the customers, it would be better. They're pushing through, though. Oh, there's that for Cat. Unfortunately, that rain
Yeah, maybe
proving
it
a
won't
little
rain
much.
tomorrow.
Yep. They still got plenty of time. They could redo this day probably 3 more times in the time that they have left, so I'm not worried. Unfortunately, it is raining again, but you just get luckier on the RNG, a few less potato salads. Maybe more 2 tops than 4 tops type thing, and you never know. Alright. They got 2 potato salads, their onion and some mayo, I think. Perfect. That's 1 table done. And there's 1 team. Alright, let me go congratulate them. Alright, congratulations, Raven, Dropkick, and Fenrir from the All Dress Buns. You guys have successfully completed the Dress to Impress challenge. Feel free to sit back and relax and watch our other teams if you'd like. Cat is in their final stretch here. For our other teams, you guys got about 8 minutes left. Just try to not waste time during those preparation days. Just keep moving through one day to the next, and you should be alright. Alright, perfect. That one away for now. Alright. So Cat, I think, needs to get this table out and then just clear plates. And I think they'll be okay. Unless they have one more group, but I think this should be it. And it's a 3 top, so even if they do have one more group, they'll be fine. Actually ended up with nuts. Turned it into an apple salad. That was good. Potato salad. Perfect. Alright, Mass Bear is gonna make it through this day 11. I love to see that. That plant needs to move. Or the globe, or something needs to change.
Something gotta change.
Seen some interesting things there with the dishes too. There we go. Alright, Dixie moving through that day 13. I think Dixie's just gonna squeeze this one out by just moving through these days. Cat getting a nice onion-only salad there. We love those. All right, I think that's gonna be it for Cat. Love to see that. All right, Cat. Congratulations, Team Cockroach. You've successfully completed the Dress to Impress challenge. Feel free to sit back and relax for a little bit. Our other teams are also now in their final stretch. With 5.5 minutes left on the clock, guys.
I believe you were muted when you said that to them.
Oh. I believe I was muted. Kat, thank you so much. Congratulations, Team Cockroach. You successfully completed the Dress to Impress challenge. Feel free to sit back and relax. Our other teams are going with about a little over 4 minutes left on the clock into their final stretch. Okay. I did it twice. Once muted, once unmuted. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much, Raven. Thanks, Fenrir. Hi, Blue. Blue here giving us gross facts. No, we don't want your gross facts, Blue. Kat says, was a bit stressful sometimes, but got it done. There you go, that's all that matters. It's the point of the challenge. They're meant to be a little stressful, but you got it done. So now, as per usual, this is, these challenges are mostly for fun, so we have a few little rules to make things more fun. So as per usual, if Dixie starts day 15, and this also goes for Mass Bear, but I think they're running a little behind. But Dixie definitely, if they start day 15, and finish their day 15 after the timer, as long as they started their day 15 before the timer ran out, it counts as a successful run. We give a little bit of leeway there. Raven says, I love how at the start y'all were saying we should have 2 people in the kitchen. I disagree. 1 chef is already too many. I was saying that the whole time. You guys should have put a 2nd person in the kitchen, but you made it work. You did it. Also, once you got that lettuce automation set up, that helped you guys a lot too. Fenrir, thanks for the raid. Thanks for bringing your people over. You did, Kat. You did stress me when you unpaused that one part. Fenrir says, Bev, we stress you out? Not as much as Kat. The Cat had a day where they paused because they were worried about the timer, and then they unpaused, and I was like, no! I was like yelling at the screen. And then and then they paused again and did a save and return. Dixie could maybe finish before the timer. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be real tight. And I'm not pressed either way. I just want them to finish, but we got like a minute left here. They're halfway through the day. Raven says we're gonna have to start letting timers flash again. Oh no. You're seeing it from Mass Bear there. What are they gonna do? What are they thinking about? I'm scared. I don't think they quite have time to finish though. So if they are sick of this, I don't.
Tried.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't blame them if they're done. Okay, let me do an unmute in the Discord here. Massbear, if you want to call it a day there, that's perfectly fine. Our timer is almost up here. Dixie, you started your day 15 before the timer was up, so please finish this day 15. You got this. But that is our timer right there. We're gonna watch Dixie finish this day 15, guys. Dixie has this for sure. I think Dixie has this no problem. That coffee table coming in clutch there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Having the sink also helps, yes. Being able to watch 4 plates at once is huge, I agree. You always have shoutcast streams in the background and to hear the comments. That's great. Some people like listening to the shoutcasting, some people don't. That's why we do it in a Steam call now. So if you want to pull up the stream, you can, but you're not, required to just by being in the Discord. But I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I know some people, I know Sonoy doesn't listen to the shoutcasting while he's playing, usually, I think. Sometimes, maybe he does sometimes. But I know he likes going back and watching his run afterwards to kind of see how he can improve for next time. That's why he makes, like, very few mistakes, as he reviews the footage. I agree with you guys, about the wash basin and the dishwasher are good, but because you can't leave a plate in them, that's like the drawback. And there we go! Dixie has done it! Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna pop out of this call, Dismal. I'll see you in the Discord afterwards.
See you in the Discord.
Congratulations, Dixie! You have successfully completed the Dress to Impress challenge. Team Live, Leaf, Love. Thank you guys so much all for coming out today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys had a good time. You guys all did a phenomenal job. This was definitely a difficult challenge. I noticed some of you have never made potato salad or apple salads, or at least didn't know the recipes, so you should be very proud of yourselves for how well you did. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you have any feedback for us, you can leave it in the event discussion right up above there. We do one vanilla challenge a month, a modded challenge, and a speedrun challenge. So you have the speedrun challenge going on right now. You do still have through tomorrow night to submit for that if you're interested. And for those of you playing on console or who just prefer the vanilla challenges, we'll have another one of those next month, and I hope to see you there. But yeah, that's what we're gonna call it for today. Thanks, Dismal, for being here and shoutcasting with me all day. I appreciate it. And have a good day, everyone. Alright, let's close this stream down. Let me take you guys over to see somebody here who's out and about. We could go see.
Oh, hey,
Miss
Monica, are you still here?
Crispy. I am. What's up?
So, quick question for you in regards to the speed run.
Yeah.
So me and Maker, or I guess me and Dropkick, submit a run together as a duo, and I also have a run for trio that's the 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same thing with the challenge where like you have to pick whatever run for the roles, or like would it, like say for example, if me and Dropkick do the 2-player and we're 4th place, but then we have a within the first 3 places
For
for
the
3
other
player.
one, yeah. No, that's okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, you just need to qualify in any category. So top 3, solo, duo, trio, it doesn't matter. If you get top 3 in any of those, then you get the role.
Okay, so it's not anything crazy or like different like how the events go.
No,
Gotcha.
not like the events where you only get 1 attempt. With speedrunning, you can have as many attempts as you want, try to be as fast as you can, and if it's, you know, with different teams, that's fine.
Perfect. Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Sounds good. All right, guys. I'm taking you over to see
I'm gonna hop out,
Crispy.
but everybody
Have a good
night.
time. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. What's my sign off again? How do I end my streams, Nova? Until next time, make sure you guys take care of yourselves. Make sure you get some good sleep. Make sure you eat some good food. Make sure you drink enough water. Make sure you take your
gonna
meds. Make
hop
sure you do
over
all the
to
things
the
that you guys need to do so I can see you next time. And until then, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.